I died, and this is my story.
Looked at me and you said, I've been walking around with a man in a white robe.
Well, we didn't honestly know what to think. I think when we first got there, they didn't really have too much to tell us yet, so we didn't know exactly what had happened, and a lot of it was just being in shock, and especially when we seen the ventilator.
Ventilator, yeah.
Yeah. See, you hooked up to the ventilator, and we was just in shock. Yeah, actually, and I have a picture that I'll send him, and he'll probably put it in this video. But yeah, I had a thing that had a daily thing. It was a religious book, and it just had something daily in it, and I would come and read it to you sometimes. Chelsea and Haley would watch Landon, which is my son, and then I had to bring the little boy I was babysitting at the time. His name was Christian. Yeah, one day I walked in, and like Mom said at the time, you weren't able to sit up or walk or do anything. And so when I came in there, you said, I've been walking around today. And I said, what do you mean walking around? And you said, yeah, I've been walking around with a guy. He was in a white robe. So I'm thinking, well, even if he's talking about the doctors, there's just no possible way because he can't get up out of the bed. We did, and of course we was on Facebook then, and we was asking, our family and friends for prayers, and we started a prayer chain that was going around. So we actually prayed a lot. Yeah, I do. I think that if it's not your time and you haven't served out what God has planned for you on this earth, then you can survive things that normal people think that people wouldn't survive. I think it was about a month that you was in a coma, and then even after you started coming out of the coma, what they had to do was they had medicated you so much too that it was kind of impossible for even you to come out of the coma until they started weaning you off the medicine. And it seemed like a month into it, when they finally started reducing the medicine, is when you started to come out of it. And they really gave us no hope about it. But when they had told me that, they told me the same thing, that they thought you were instantly going to wake up. But I went home and did my own research, and it said that once you're medicated, for so long and so much that it takes a while to come out of it. It's not something that you're instantly going to come out of. All right, but I think that Danielle was the one that was there because I was getting queasy about that kind of stuff. So the first time they took it out, I left the room. And then the second time that they took it out, I had to turn my back because it just wasn't something that I could watch. I think there was only one time where you actually tried to grab at it and pull it out. But a lot of people panic and they tried to just rip it out. But you didn't do too bad with it. I think there was only, like I said, one time when you just didn't know what it was and tried to pull at it. Weaning you off the medicine is when they finally decided that they was going to take it out when you come off of it enough. So I think once you came to then and you kind of were aware of where things were and what you probably still didn't know what was going on, but they decided to go ahead and take it out. All right, and I remember when you first come to,